Hey, what's up, people?
Hey,
CCJ,
thank
How
you for
y'all doing?
calling.
Y'all having a good day?
doing
We're
all
having a
right.
great day. You're talking to Shannon Q and
Okay.
Paulogia. Paul's gonna probably be doing more of the talking than me because I'm fascinated to listen. So, what's your best evidence for Christianity?
Okay, here. I want you to go online real quick. I want you to look up a verse. It's in Genesis 6. It's in Genesis 6 4. I can just say it out loud, honestly.
Yeah,
There
go
were
right
Sure.
now
giants
while
in
I'm
the
looking
earth
it
in
up.
those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men and bare children to them. Basically, what it's saying is that the angels had sex with women, and the women gave birth to giants. Okay, now I'm going to ask you the simple question: do giants exist?
So
Hello?
you're talking, yeah, I love this passage, the Nephilim passage. I think it's great. Do giants exist? Well,
Do
if you're
giants
talking
exist?
about
Yeah.
if you're talking about taller than average Homo sapiens, absolutely.
No.
I
I'm
had
talking about literal 30-foot giants, 100-foot giant.
I if
Do
you're
they
talking
exist?
about something in the hominid species, like something that we would recognize as humanoid, then no, I don't believe that anything 30 foot tall within our family has existed.
Okay, well then, you guys are completely wrong because there's literal video evidence of it. The bodies are all over the earth. And if anyone wants to see them, you can just watch a video. It's called
You
Noah's Titans Before the Flood. So I'm going to say it
so
again. Noah's
okay,
Okay, so
Titans Before the Flood. You can
but
YouTube it.
CJ, that's not
There's
your that's
several
not
parts
evidence
to it.
though. You have to CJ,
And
sorry, I know there's a little bit
the
of a lag. That's
bodies are all
very
over. The bodies are all
CJ.
over. They're in picture. And anyone can literally go carry and travel to these areas. There's one
CJ,
in
I'm
so
sorry. I'm
Sweden,
CJ,
having
what
there's one
you
in
in a
Southern
second if we
Europe,
do. I know
and
there's a bit of
CJ,
a
there's
lag.
can
I
you
know there's another one in Africa.
CJ, can you
Go
answer
ahead.
me a few
Hello?
questions? I have a few
Yes.
questions
What,
about
what,
this. So I mean, obviously, we're all aware of videos. You probably think that I put out videos that have false information. If you've seen any of my videos, or you probably have seen videos that didn't work for you, or you've probably seen Photoshop pictures that of Bat Boy or whomever, right? So videos alone serve as some level of evidence, but I guess I'm wondering what level of confirmation did you go through personally before deciding that the video was showing accurate information?
there was a heart found inside one of the giants that died in the flood, and there's blood being found inside of them to this day right
Okay,
now.
but
It was
Is
in,
this
but
stuff
what?
that you
I think
saw
around
in your documentary
2016.
though,
I
CJ?
think around 2015, 2016 is when they started
But
finding blood inside of these things.
CJ,
Yeah.
what did you personally do to verify? So you're talking about one source at this point. What did you personally do to confirm what this source was describing to you?
Oh, what did I do? What did I do?
What did you
You go
personally, you
on, you go
CJ,
online,
do?
you ask questions. There's a
So
geologist,
okay,
if
so
I can't,
so
what's his name again? There you go. Mud Foster University. He's an actual geologist. He actually went to go check these things out himself.
and you spoke to
And
Mark.
he had several videos on this, and it was very interesting to look at because at first I was questioning it. And then the more I looked into it, the more I realized, okay, this is becoming real. This is
Okay.
true.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
And
gonna
there's
stop both Paul and
at this
CJ for
point,
a
there's
second.
hundreds of
CJ,
bodies all
CJ,
over.
1 sec. Please 1 second. Because even if I accept everything that you just said, like even if I say, okay, there were giants, right? I don't think there were. I think that you maybe have a little bit of a lower bar to accepting evidence as you perceive it than maybe is recommended. But even if I accepted that, that's not evidence that the Bible is true, that Christianity is true. That would simply be
Oh, no,
evidence
no.
that
That's
there
evidence
are
that
giants.
religion is true because the Bible isn't the only one talking about giants. We have the Sumerians, we have the Greeks, we have the Norse. If I'm correct, even the Quran speaks about giants in some way, shape,
So
or
that
form.
would just be evidence that
And
people
there's a
made
variety of different
observations.
religions. Vedic Sanskrit also speaks about giants. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that just the Bible isn't true. I'm saying that ancient religion is telling a true story. And this is all one event. This is all one event written from different points of view. And if anyone wants to see the bodies, I told you, just go online, Noah's Titan Before the Flood. You can see it for yourself. Now, for the Red Sea
Well,
crossing of Moses that the guy was talking about, he said Moses was fake. And I'm laughing at that. I'm laughing at it. Because anyone can go to the Red Sea and spend a few $1,000s, go underwater, and you'll find the chariots.
So
The chariots are underwater.
I
They're right there. Ron Riley found it. So
they
it really happened. God literally opened up the sea, the Red Sea, and bam, he freaking drowned
CJ
all the Pharaoh and the rest of them. So it's like, okay,
CJ.
this really happened. Not just that, there's a pillar in commemoration from King Solomon. It's a literal pillar in commemoration.
Right. So CJ, I'm aware of all of those claims.
Sorry. Okay, CJ, I muted you for just a second. The reason that I muted you is because there's a lot to unpack there, and we need to give Paul an opportunity to talk. So I'm going to unmute you in a moment, but just let Paul talk and address you with the questions, okay? Because there's a lot to unpack there. Okay, you're going to be unmuted in a moment. Paul, go ahead.
So I guess I would just very briefly start with the fact that, yes, obviously, even if there were giants, as Shannon said, that doesn't necessarily speak to the events of any ancient religion that you're speaking of. That would just speak to an affirmation that species did exist. As for the things you're talking about, the Red Sea, the Dead Sea, the Red Sea, the crossing, those I'm hoping that you have looked at, and hope everyone, when they see a claim that they like to affirm, have looked at what the counters to those are, because the chariot wheels that have been found, which were not necessarily chariot wheels, they were wooden, they're the wrong era, and they look like they were planted hundreds of years, like way after the events of the Bible. They just look like wheels that are down there. I guess my question, CJ, would return to, were you skeptical about these claims? Did you in any way, other than watching more videos from the same people, did you in any way attempt to affirm that these things were true? And did you in any way, again, look at the opposite side? Did you look at what the other people who say that this is ridiculous? Many, many Christians have come out and said that this particular, and I forget the name, I wish I could remember the name of the individual. I want to say Morris, but it's not quite right. Also claims to have found the Ark, for example. He claims to have found all kinds of things and made money off the tourism of this, but has yet to get other Christians to buy into the fact they're real.
I'll answer the question. As for the Red Sea crossing, I do believe it. I do believe those are the chariots. That's the counter argument at this point, it's kind of getting old. People want to say, it's from a different time, it's from this, it's from that. Okay. You can't prove it, and I can't prove it. But what we can prove is that there's chariots under there. Okay,
no,
so
but
that
they can
leaves the
look at the material that it's made of.
Now, as for the Ark, I don't believe they found the Ark because they had the wrong measurement of the Ark. You know that Kent Hovind Ark thing that they had?
Yeah,
Ken Ham.
Ken Ham, you mean?
He's acutely aware of the Ken Ham arc, CJ. He's very aware, very, very aware of the Ken Ham arc.
Yes.
Paul,
okay, well, that arc, you know how they say it's like 400 something feet long or something like that, or 300, something like that? That is the wrong size of the arc. The arc was way bigger.
Well, it depends on your definition of cubit, because of course, cubit was, as you know, from your elbow to your hand, right? So it's a non-standard measurement.
Not like the two measurements we have right now is 18 to 21 inches. Okay. That's our cubit. But the cubit of the past was probably 25 to 30 inches, maybe even more than that. So we're talking about the arc being, hold on, let me finish. We're talking about the arc being 750 to 900 feet long. So this arc that they have over there, it's nice. And it's a nice thing to do, but it's inaccurate. It's completely inaccurate. The arc was just huge.
Okay. So I guess your evidence for is the thing that brought you to Christianity, archaeological evidence like this? Is that what brought you, or why do you personally believe?
Oh, no. Me? Why do I believe? Okay. I was starting to believe in God. And then look, you're not going to believe me. I'm sorry, but you're just not.
Okay. So it was a personal experience of sort?
Well, yeah, it's a personal experience, but it wasn't like I saw a vision and I saw God and this. No, it was the exact opposite. I was attacked by something invisible. I was literally attacked. It was slamming my head against the wall and pretty much tossing and slamming my hand and head into the wall. I was attacked by something invisible. And the only thing that helped me was when I screamed out for God. I screamed out for Christ. I was only Christ helped me because I didn't know what was attacking me. It was just something was in my room. So yeah, you see those movies where something invisible attacks someone? Yeah.
So there's really the invisible man right now? Okay.
So that's just concerning to me because that sounds like you maybe had a psychological event. Like, did you seek help after that took place?
No. I just prayed in the name of Christ and it stopped. And then from there, that's when I pretty much gave my life to Christ. That
It
was
sounds like you had
my
an
thing. It
acute
wasn't like
psychological event,
some
though,
angel
CJ.
came
Like
into
that's
my room
concerning.
and everything went well. And no, it was a terrible experience. Okay.
Okay.
I understand that, and I respect that. If something like that happens again, I hope it doesn't ever happen again to you. It would be my preference that you um seek medical assistance, perhaps get an MRI to make sure that you haven't had, some sort of traumatic neurological event. Like that's concerning to me.
Yeah.
So I hope you're okay. I very much hope you're okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
It
I'm
sounds like
fine.
it would be
I'm
scary.
fine now, but
Okay, I'm glad you're fine. I am glad you're
at
fine.
this,
That's important.
but,
I'm also
well, if you, how do I say this? What solidified me completely 100%? What solidified, what solidified me completely 100% on God? One, besides that event, flat earth. Once I saw
What?
that rocket hit the dome,
Oh, dear
flat
Lord,
earth.
no,
Once I saw
CJ.
the rocket hit the dome,
No,
I was
CJ,
like,
you're not
okay.
kidding. You're kidding. CJ, is this a joke? Are you kidding, CJ?
No, I'm not.
CJ.
No, I'm not at all
CJ?
whatsoever. Yeah.
No, I don't.
There's several rockets that
CJ,
have hit the dome. It's on video. It's not just one.
there. CJ, you really need to stop just believing things that you see on videos. CJ, CJ, the world is
I
not
look.
flat.
Okay. Here, how about this? How about let's do a little test, okay? I'll do a little test for you, okay, Shannon?
I
Okay.
can't
All
even
right. Do
believe
me a
it's
favor.
happening.
No.
CJ,
Because you guys seem to think you're so smart, but I'm gonna test you on something,
I don't
okay?
think I'm
I
particularly
don't.
clever at all, actually, CJ, but that's
I
a lot
believe
to
what
take
you believe.
in. You've
Yeah.
like
Anyway,
since
No, I don't
since
know.
you've come
Let's
on the line, you've said that there's been giants and that an invisible
yeah,
specter
but
attacked
uh,
you, and that the
okay.
wheels that they've found can't be dated, which they very clearly can based on the materials. Like we have lots of dating methods based on the materials that are used that we can utilize to date. And ne- now that they potentially found the ark, and you finished it off in grand style with a rocket hit the firmament of the dome, and that the Earth is flat, and that's CJ.
Yeah,
Like
of
that's
course.
more than the trifecta. Like
Look,
that
you
is a
think
lot. I
okay,
think that your
here.
standards of evidence
I
need to
want you
be
to explain
broadened
something that
dramatically.
happens on the thing. I want you to explain. I've seen this in real life. Where I lived in New York, it happened in real life. Okay,
Okay.
because I lived in the area. Okay, you can go on YouTube and look it up. I was there during that moment. So this isn't
Okay.
like some fake video of someone editing. I was there.
Okay.
There was two suns in the sky. There was
What age?
literally two suns in the sky. Now, I want you to explain it on your model of the Earth, your ball. Why is there two suns on your ball? Because I can
That didn't
explain it on my
happen.
model.
Yay. There weren't two suns in the sky.
I know there weren't two suns, but it's on video. I saw it in real life, so did everyone else in New York. So why did everyone else in New York see two suns?
Everyone
Explain
in New
it
York
on
saw
your
two
model.
suns in the sky. CJ, I don't
Yeah.
think that happened. I feel
Anyone
like
can
that's
look this up
something
on
that
you?
would
I have good
CJ,
friends who live
YouTube
in New
videos
York,
aren't
and
evidence.
So let me ask, do you know why there was two suns in the sky? Just say yes or no.
Because there weren't.
what year
I
was
know
this
there were not two
allegedly?
suns in the sky.
I know there weren't, but explain why it happened. Why
It
it
didn't
looked like there was
happen.
two suns in the
TJ,
sky.
we're not accepting your claim that it did happen. So it's not like we want to posit naturalistic explanations until we
Well,
are
guess what?
convinced in some way that
Guess
it
what?
did happen.
You're going against me and all of New York. We're talking about
No,
all of
what
New York
what
saw this.
what year was this, CJ?
So
What
not
year
just
was
that,
this?
I have friends in New Jersey who saw it too. So you're going
CJ, what
against
year was
two
this?
whole states.
What year was this? When did this take place, CJ? Let's verify the claim. This is a good exercise, actually. We'll walk through verifying the claim. Like what year, what day did this take place that people saw? Because it sounds like it
Oh,
could potentially be
I
some
was
sort
a
of optical
teen.
illusion.
I was a teen at the time, so probably like early 2000, somewhere around
Okay.
that time.
I was very frequently
So
in New York in the early 2000s, and I have a lot of
yeah,
friends who lived there. And while I was there several times a year. No one ever mentioned to me there being two suns in the sky. So your claim that everyone in New York saw it seems suspicious. Do you care to?
okay. So I'm making a claim that pretty much the majority, probably, because everyone's going to look up eventually, someone's going to look up and be like, hey, why are there two suns in the, it looks weird. So people are going to
Right.
question
But
all these things. And, people came up with all these different things. But I'm going to explain why there was two suns during that time. I'm going to
well,
explain why there was two suns during that time.
I
Okay,
don't
see,
really
on
care
your
about the
model,
explanation until
yours is a ball.
No, CJ, I don't
Hold
care
on,
actually about
let me
your
finish.
explanation.
I can't believe
And
this is
for
happening.
so also,
No, let me
two sun.
explain. See,
No,
on
two
your
sun does
model,
not.
yours is a ball spinning through space. Okay, yours is a ball
I
spinning
have,
through space. There's no way you can have two suns. Sorry, there's no
I'm
way
going to
you
mute
can
you
have two
again.
suns on your model. See, on my model,
CJ, I'm going to mute
yours,
you again. I got to mute you again, CJ. I'm sorry. I have to mute you again because it's becoming incredibly overwhelming. You're throwing a lot of information out. When I unmute you, we're gonna kind of finish off because there's other people waiting on the line. But I just Googled it very quickly just to let you know, and it didn't show. If everybody in New York saw it, you would think that it would show up in a Google search. The only thing that I found is that recently there was a high school student that saw this. This happened in 2020. That saw something through their telescope and helped to discover a planet that had two suns, like way off in the distance, and they're verifying it through NASA right now. That's the only thing that I found. But yeah, I'm gonna unmute you. Paul, do you have anything to say before I unmute
Well,
CJ?
I guess all I want to say.
Can we
So,
sit-
I mean,
sit him a
the
dupe?
point of hopefully the point of today's show was for people to be able to convince myself and Shannon in the audience that Christianity is true, and for to be bringing forth the claim, you'd have to. I don't really care about the explanation until I believe that the claim is true. And so far, the things that have been listed off have been rather unconvincing and pointing to a YouTube video in general. I would hope that people, and this is the problem, I believed so many things on authority when I was a believer. I just, there's an authority and there's an authority, and I just accepted it. It was taking even one step to verify the information myself made it all unravel. And that I'm disappointed with CJ that he basically said, I'm tired of these things being debunked. That's so tiresome. Well, that's not tiresome. That's how we come to truth, is by challenging these things. So the fact that CJ, I'm sorry, but you keep telling me that you accept these things, you accept these things, you accept these things. And when I ask what you did to verify them, you said, I don't want, basically, if I heard you correctly, you don't want to bother verifying these things. So that is not going to be great evidence for someone like myself or someone like Shannon. And so I would, I guess I'm at this point, CJ, thank you for calling. I really hope that you would do something to verify these claims. And I am going to talk to my dozens of friends in New York tonight who put out a notice to see if anyone is aware of these two suns. But given that I spent a lot of time in New York at that time of the calendar, I'm skeptical.
And CJ, I'm sorry I muted you a couple times. It's just that you tend to go on. I can tell that you're very enthusiastic about these conversations.
Yeah, I
and it was
know.
very interesting.
No,
It was very interesting to
I have
talk
so
to you.
much. I literally have
Yeah.
so much. But
I very much
if I
appreciate
want
you
to, I can
calling.
fill up even more stuff.
Well,
Well-
call back again sometime because you're
And let us know what
maybe
you
just
did to
pick one
verify these
thought
things.
and stick to
Got it.
one
Well,
thought
let me just
because
say one. Let me just say one last thing. Okay.
okay.
No. I want everyone to watch it. Everyone in the chat, everyone who's listening, go to Noah's
Okay.
Titan before the flood. Watch the videos. The bodies are everywhere. He flooded the
Okay.
earth for a reason. It wasn't just because we were being bad. There was something going on. And guess what?
Okay.
All right. He protected us. That's why he flooded the earth, not because he's an asshole.
All
right.
right. Well, thank you,
Well,
CJ.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna let
go
you
now.
go. Have a good day. Thank you. And I want
All right.
anybody who
Bye.
does watch that movie to go through the steps of verifying the claims don't just take them on face value. People can present things as compelling, and that goes for everything that Paul says and everything that I say as well in our videos, on
Absolutely.
our channels. If you watch us, one of the things that I always say is advocate for your own understanding. So don't just take anything on face value or authority.